necessarily sure it's his fault. Here's my theory. I think we, as a society, lose about 90% of our skill set with every generation that passes. Does that make sense to you guys? See, my grandfather was an amazing person. He came to this country from Hungary at 7 years old. He didn't speak the language, taught himself the language, taught himself 4 more languages, started his own business, an amazing person. My dad did 4 tours of Vietnam. When he got back, sure, absolutely. When he got back, he had 3 jobs until he retired at 69 years old. After he retired, he single-handedly built an addition on his house. He still makes his own wine, still makes his own maple syrup, an amazing person. When I'm not doing comedy, I spend a majority of my free time watching Netflix. Now, could you imagine if I was to have a child, and then that child lost 90% of my skill set? Can you imagine the level of piece of shit that child would be? Like no arms, no legs, no skill set, no verbal skills, the big ball of pizza dough rolling around the ground, making grunting noises. I don't know what you want. You're welcome, society. You're welcome. I decided not to put that out into the world because God knows if I did, first chance I had, I'd be dropping that thing right off the firehouse. See, a lot of people don't know this, but back in the day, back before we had the welfare system that we have today, if you had a child that you could not afford to take care of, you could take that child, drop them off at a firehouse, and they would find that child a new family, no questions asked. 100% true. Even more interesting, you can still do that today, and it doesn't even have to be your child. That's the best part about it. Yeah. Oh yeah. I do it 3-4 times a week. It's one of my favorite hobbies. Remember I'm out and about, some little cretins running around unsupervised? Oh, I just scoop one of them up, walk right out of the store. Come on, Timmy, we're gonna find you a new family. Yeah. Yeah, maybe your new mom, he'll teach you how to shut the fuck up in Olive Garden. I do it all the time. Scott's constantly texting me going, isn't it that Amber Alert you again, motherfucker? Can you stop? God damn it. Yeah. But these kids, man, not all of them. Again, I don't have any kids by choice, usually theirs, but the point I'm getting at is that I don't have any kids by choice. There's never anybody with a child who ever told me a story about their child that made me want to have one of my own. Have you? Like, I never heard a story where they go, and that's when we developed an app that detects cancer 6 months before it starts to metastasize. I've never heard that story. But I have heard, and that's when he set his parole officer on fire. So we're gonna have to move. And I'll tell you, man, you guys remember, let me ask you guys this question. I don't know how it is up here in Beaverton, but do you know, do you guys remember how bad the fast food workers used to be before the pandemic? Do you guys remember that? Don't you wish we had those workers back? Right? Like, you didn't think it could get worse. They proved us wrong, didn't they? They've gotten so much worse. Like, they used to screw up every 3rd order. Now they're going for all of them. It's unbelievable. And they say 1 in 8 people has worked at McDonald's. That means at least 10 people in this room, maybe 12, maybe 15, have worked at McDonald's at some point in time in their life. And you know, it's not a hard job. It's not. You put a bun down, meat in a bun, cheese in a bun, another bun, and they fuck it up every single time. If you screwed up your job every day, you'd be fired tomorrow. This guy gets promoted to fries. And let's be honest, they're not hiring the brightest of the brightest. They're not. Especially those people working at the drive-through window. Oh, they're not smart. A couple weeks ago, couple weeks ago, Scott had a really bad cold. He was losing his voice. So I went to the gas station and made him some tea because I'm a good friend. They didn't have any honey, but there was a Hardee's next door. They had these little biscuits for sale. I thought they had chicken, they had biscuits. Maybe they would have some honey. So I went to the drive-thru and I explained to them, hey, my buddy's got a cold. I got him some tea. Do you have any honey? Guy comes up to the window and goes, we got honey mustard. Yeah, close enough. Sure, why not? You got a honey badger back there while we're at it? Why don't just... What the hell are you talking about? The worst thing that happened was not that long ago, I swear to God. Now, what you have to understand is I'm a big coffee drinker, and I love McDonald's coffee. I do. I don't know what it is about it. I really like it. Right? It's good coffee. And as a treat to myself, I always pay for my coffee with the change that's in the console. Right? So whenever I buy anything, I put the change in the console. I use that change to buy McDonald's coffee. It's a symbiotic relationship. That makes it free. I'm doing girl math, right? So... It's called girl math. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. But I went to McDonald's. Coffee was $2.19. I went to the window. The girl goes, it's $2.19. And she sticks out her hand. She does it like this. She does spread fingers. She does the spread fingers. So I tried to explain to her, oh, I'm paying with change. She's like, So I took the change and held it like this. I go, I'm paying with change. And she goes, yeah. All right, so I dropped it in her hand. Ding, 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 goes flying everywhere. She looks at me like I'm the asshole. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking change. I just told you that. Make a cup, motherfucker. It's not that hard. Pretend it's candy. People wonder why I get angry every day. This is stupid. I shouldn't have to deal with that. Go to any gas station across the nation. You will see a sign right next to the register that says cashier cannot make change. Yeah, no shit. Guy can't tie his shoes. How did he get this job? I try not to get upset.